Here we are at the Bangalore Club in Bangalore, India, talking to Nisha Millet, who has the distinction of being India's first ever qualifier for the Olympics in swimming in 2000. Nisha, it's been a few years, but tell us what you remember about Sydney and if you still follow Olympic level swimming.
Definitely, it was an amazing experience. I started swimming at the age of 9 and, narrowly missed out qualifying for the 96 Atlanta Olympics. So I trained a good 4 years and was lucky to get an International Olympic Committee scholarship to train in Australia in the lead up to the Olympics. So I still remember that day so clearly. It was the age nationals in Perth where I was training, and my mom and my sister were in the stands watching me, and it was just a heat swim. I was all set for qualifying for the finals and trying for that Olympic qualifying in the finals. So maybe the fact that I didn't have that kind of pressure on me, I really felt great in the water. I felt really smooth, tapered, and got in the water, had a wonderful swim, won my heat, and looked up at the scoreboard, and I had qualified by almost a second, more than a second. And my mom and my sister were going ballistic on the stands and jumping up and down, and my other teammates, so in the Australian team that I trained with there, they realized too that I'd made the qualifying. So it was celebrations all around, calling my dad to tell him I'd done the qualifiers, but it's also a wake-up call because that evening in the finals, I further, improved my timing. Went 2 minutes 6 seconds, but I couldn't win a medal. I came 6th finally in the final. So, a wake-up call that, even though I'm the first Indian to qualify, I wasn't able to medal at an age nationals, So, really how far Indian swimming had to go. And, once I got to the Olympics, the Olympic village is just fabulous. 10,000 athletes, emotions are running high. Still remember the torch being lit by Kathy Freeman, I had a couple of tears rolling down, just kind of emotion, from all those years of hard work. And I remember clearly meeting Dawn Fraser, who's the first woman ever to go below, a sub 1 minute 100 freestyle. And I was the first one in India almost, 35 years later to do it, So got to meet her, got to watch the legendary Ian Thorpe, watched all the top swimmers compete and, world records being broken. So all in all, it was, something I'll never ever forget. And, hopefully one day my kids will, be at the Olympics themselves. But it was, great experience now coming to the Rio Olympics. We were lucky this year that Ian Thorpe actually flew down to Delhi and was part of the commentary team for one of the top channels here that broadcast the Olympics. So it was wonderful to get his insights, when you're watching a race, the kind of excitement that a swimmer has, it made a big difference, and my kids were watching it as well. So it was a very special moment watching the Rio Olympics, and of course to see Phelps in his, finale, what better way to sign off, like a wonderful career like that. So still very much, hoping that we'll win that elusive Olympic medal in swimming someday.